Hey gamers, welcome back to the channel. Today in Marvel Mystic Mayhem, we're going to talk about Mr. Fantastic. Is he good? We're also going to talk about the rest of the Fantastic Four. We're going to wrap this conversation up because we've got Loki coming, which is very, very cool. He's coming up tomorrow as of the recording of this video, so I'm excited to check him out. But we're going to talk about the Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic. We're also going to talk about the team as a whole. I think there's one glaring issue with this team that we're going to talk about as well. I think it's going to be a good conversation, so let's get into it. All right, and welcome back. Really quick before we jump into this, if you've not tried the game out yet and you want to, use the link in the description below, download the game, play it, let me know what you think because I'd really be interested. Also, if you use that link, it does help support the channel, so thank you very much for that. Let's go ahead and jump into this. We have the Fantastic Four. We got 4 characters. We got 2 legendaries and 2 epics. I did do a look and some testing on Invisible Woman. If you haven't seen it, I'll go ahead and put a link up to it right over here. One thing to keep in mind is look at the length of the battle. The shorter the battle, the better. The longer the battle, you're going to see more damage. One thing, though, that I've done since that video is I did beef up Emma a little bit more. Now, her and Invisible Woman with Scarlet Witch and Cap both complete that battle in 45 seconds. So they're pretty even. They're both fantastic characters. They've got some good kits. They're both worth building up. Next, let's talk about Human Torch and The Thing. So I've done testing with both of them. I didn't have time to put videos out. There's a lot going on. I wanted to get this out before Loki because you've got a week left on the banner here to decide if you want to pull for these characters, and if you do, which one should you focus on? We're going to talk about that. So Invisible Torch, Human Torch, pretty good. Here's the thing. He's a striker, so let's just go ahead and do this. When you're looking at strikers, you're not going to be looking at your epics. You're going to be looking at these 3. These are the best strikers in the game. Scarlet Witch, in my opinion, is the best in the game with the highest damage, with Iron Man being second. And then you've got Storm, who does some good damage. She's got some good AoE, and she's good in the right teams. Now, the Human Torch, I think he's good. He's fantastic in the Fantastic Four. I really like him. So I think with the synergy there, he can be used if you don't have these other strikers in the game. Most of your materials should go into those 3 strikers, though. I would hold off on Human Torch. We just got better damage dealers out there. And I've got Scarlet Witch like maxed on absolutely everything except this. I'm waiting to get her up to 5 stars. But if you want to play around with the synergies in the Fantastic Four, he would be my second favorite to build a 3-person team. We're going to talk about the glaring issue that this team has too. It's an unfortunate issue, actually. But Human Torch, pretty good. I do like his kit. He does some nice damage. I have been playing this team quite a bit in PvP, and they do very well in PvP. So I have a lot of fun with them in there. So he's all right. You just got better strikers that you're going to want to invest in. When we talk about The Thing, honestly, I think The Thing is my favorite defender of the epics. Let me qualify that and say of the epics. So when we take a look at all the tanks in the game here, #1 best tank, in my opinion now, is Cap, with Juggernaut following closely behind. And then when we take a look at the epic tanks, my favorite has been Sentry for a long time. I really like this guy. He's really, really good. But when you talk about the synergy that the Thing has with the Fantastic Four, I like him over Sentry. I've actually seen him do more damage than Sentry as well. Also with the shields, you're not having to worry so much about staying alive because Invisible Woman really helps with that. She helps with Sentry as well, but I really don't pair those 2 together because you get some good synergy with the attack and the defense, and in their kits, the team supporting each other. So I like the Thing over Sentry now. So yeah, so you're going to put most of your resources though in these 2. So when it comes to the Thing, yeah, he's cool. Build him up if you want. I wish there was like a level sync in this game where you're top 5 and then you just level sync everybody else up to those top 5. I don't know why we don't have it in this game. These types of games typically have that feature, but we don't in this game. We really need to because it would definitely help. But anyway, so that's The Thing. He's okay. I do like him. You're going to just naturally pull for him as you're pulling for Mr. Fantastic. And then Torch you're going to get as you pull for Invisible Woman. Fantastic. Here we go with Mr. Fantastic. All right. I am not that impressed with Mr. Fantastic. He's got a pretty interesting kit, right? So he's got this where it increases ultimate move damage. We've got this ability here where he does some physical damage to the enemy. He also causes additional damage to the target enemy and collided enemies when you're hitting objects with that enemy. And then you've got this here. He moves to an area. He does some damage and does some damage to some adjacent enemies. This here, after he uses a skill or ultimate, then he takes less damage. He's not a tank. I think he could be a decent off tank, but that leads to the conversation around the glaring issue with this team. And then if we go into his talents here, right, so you can see where I've got him. I've done some fair amount of testing on these guys. So we've got some physical damage there. Here's the buff with the rest of the team. The bouncing ball stuns enemies now, so you can get a quick 3-second stun in there. This one here, his outreach effort increases damage taken by the target enemy, which is decent. It's just, there's nothing fantastic, in my opinion, about Mr. Fantastic and his kit. So when I look at putting a Fantastic Four team together, the three that I look at is the Thing, the Human Torch, and then Invisible Woman. When we take a look at who's best, we're going to look at Soul Saga 2. Who is the best? And the one, if you were just to pull for one between Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman, who should it be? In my opinion, it should be Invisible Woman. She is much more versatile. She strengthens multiple teams. She's not niche. So we go into Soul Saga here. We've got this, the Elastique damage reduction, lasts twice as long, which is nice. Again, he's not a tank, though. We have a tank. We know who we want in there. We got some attack increase and some ultimate energy gain, which is nice. Bouncing Ball does a little bit more damage here. And its damage is considered ultimate move damage. That's interesting. Energy generation increase. The outreach effort deals more damage here to adjacent enemies. And then when you max him out here, then that Fantastic Formula deals 70% more crit damage, which is nice, but we have other characters in the game that improve crit. We got our highlights and our artifacts to help build that stuff up. So he's just not great, in my opinion. Now, here's the glaring issue with the team. This team, when we take a look at brawlers, I mean fighters, right? Just like we compared with the other ones. Nobody here overly fantastic. Yes, Psylocke is good. Moon Knight is good. Those are probably the top two fighters in the game. You've got some nice damage and some healing with Moon Knight. You got some nice follow-up damage and some other things within Psylocke that I think are pretty good. Mr. Fantastic, none of these characters here blow me away like characters for strikers. Or when we go into defenders and we take a look at the defenders, the best defenders in the game, defenders that blow you away. And then when we go to controllers, we didn't even look at them, but look at these top three here are the top three controllers in the game, with Invisible Woman, in my opinion, being the best, and Emma, well, they're very close. We'll just say they're just, they're both number one. How about we do that? They are both number one in the game. But yeah, so when we go back to the fighters, this is the glaring issue in this game. This is a Fantastic Four team. If we could build a 4-character team, then all 4 of them together, I think there would be a place for Mr. Fantastic. But if you want a tank rather than an off tank, then you're going to bring in Cap or Juggernaut. If you want a damage dealer, you're going to bring in Scarlet Witch. You're going to bring in Iron Man. If you need support, you're going to bring in Iron Woman. You're going to bring Iron Woman. You're going to bring Invisible Woman. You're going to bring Emma. You're going to bring... he's right here. You're going to bring Strange in. There's no reason to bring Mr. Fantastic in to a team, unfortunately. So that's my thought on Fantastic Four. If you're joining the game and you're wondering who you need to pull for, I 100% say go for Invisible Woman. You will not be disappointed. You can skip everybody else. If you're a collector and you want to get Fantastic, go for it. I just don't think you're going to put much resource into him. We got Loki coming out. Very excited for him and what he can do. Also, this update that's coming out. There's a lot of cool things coming to the game, so I'm very excited for what this game has coming here in the next couple weeks. So there you go, everybody. That's my thoughts about the Fantastic Four, who I feel you should invest in, and the one glaring issue this team has. We need to improve these fighters. These fighters really don't have a good place overall, in my opinion. There's with 3 players on a team, your team creation, your team composition is very, very limited. All right, everybody, that's what I had for you. Very curious on your thoughts. What do you think? As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. and share your thoughts and questions in the comments section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.